Well, FreshBaked, it's been 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks since the initial talks of the shutdown began, where they were projecting a 3-week shutdown. And our viewers are asking for an update on the status of Disneyland and the rest of Orange County. Now, initially, it was suggested that the shutdown would last up until around Christmas Eve. That would be the 3 weeks. But our shutdown here in Southern California didn't begin until Monday the 7th, putting a 3-week shutdown at somewhere around, this coming Monday the 28th. However, the date that I'm hearing, the benchmark that had been set with the state, or for Southern California, I should say, was December 30th. That date is also approaching. That said, it is becoming increasingly unlikely that we're going to reopen on the 24th, the 28th, or the 30th. As a matter of fact, Governor Newsom gave an update yesterday on how the state and the individual regions were doing. And while he did say that the past few days we've shown as much as a 40% reduction in the number of new cases, which sounds really optimistic, the actual new case numbers are still exceedingly high. Take a look at this for a bit of a visual. We reached a peak of 60,000 cases on December 16th. Just let that sink in for a second. 60,000 cases in a day, in one day. And then here's that 40% decrease they talked about on December 22nd. So yeah, it went down by 40%, but that's easy to do when the number that you're starting from is a number that was completely unimaginable if you had asked us back in March. 60,000 cases is apocalyptic. Now, for context, if you don't understand what I'm saying, let's go back to that chart and see how things looked in March. Here's where we were when they shut down the first time back in March. Do you guys remember the shutdown, the stay-at-home order where nobody went outside and the streets were bare? 1,000 cases a day. Here's where we were when they canceled the reopening of Disneyland back in July. And again, that seems quite lovely now compared to what's going on today. Now, with respect to getting things back open again, it should be noted that this current shutdown, the metric that they were going by wasn't new cases per day or anything like that. They were just measuring ICU beds. They wanted to make sure that the hospitals weren't full. And the benchmark for shutting down was 85% capacity. That's what triggered the shutdown. And that's in Orange County or Southern California hit that mark almost immediately within the same day that they had announced that measure. And as I understand it, we're still not anywhere close to being at that 85% capacity limit. We're at 100% capacity right now in Southern California. And it may get worse before it gets better. There's a possibility that the stay-at-home order could get more strict. Right now, we're still able to do most of the things that we normally could do, most. But it's possible that all non-essential services could be locked down or closed. We're talking gyms, beauty salons, non-essential retail. And by that, I mean something like Downtown Disney. Downtown Disney, in my estimation, would be considered non-essential retail. Now, there's no confirmation of this so far. This is just rumors that I've heard, but it does seem quite logical, especially when you think about things within the context of where we were when we shut down back in March or in July. Things are significantly worse. So the reaction, you would think, would be proportional to that. Back in March when things were shut down, like I said, it was 1,000 cases today. Now today, we're talking about 30,000 cases being good news. We've gone, because we went down from 50. That is an incredible situation that we found ourselves in right now. So if I had to guess, I think that it will happen, at least for a few weeks anyway, or long enough for them to see a consistent decrease in the cases. I'm thinking like less than 10,000 a day. That's where we were when we were contemplating opening things back up again. It's not quite yellow tier type levels, but we're just trying to get Downtown Disney open, back and up and running again so we can eat outside. That's what we're just trying to get back to. It's all very sobering in the moment. Right now, all I'm thinking right now is just for everybody to be safe and healthy and try to enjoy the holidays as much as possible, because now more than ever, we need, that kind of spiritual lift, I think, in our lives. And with that, that's our update. Not the best of news, I'm sure, but as I've said before, I'm still quite optimistic. I feel like, once we get over this hump, things start to decrease again, we'll get some positive momentum going forward, especially with the vaccine starting to get, distributed. Otherwise, stay tuned for updates from FreshBaked as they come, and stay safe, stay kind, and FreshBaked.